Against Newcastle side, who started with a 1-1 draw against Sunderland and that 1-0 win away at Spurs, and a narrow defeat at Derby last time out. And there's an early receipt of the ball for the West Ham United goalkeeper Finlay Herrick, who's been with the East London club since he was 6 years of age. Parkinson closes him down. Goalkeepers have to release the ball within 8 seconds in Premier League 2. Otherwise, the match official is forced to award a corner and a warning. If it would happen for a second time, a goalkeeper holding onto the ball for longer than 8 seconds, there would be a yellow card issued, and a third would produce a second yellow equaling red and another corner. Not that that's happened in any of the Premier League 2 games so far this season. Here's Orford for West Ham. Mayers getting the ball out wide to Ariel. Headed down by MacArthur. Munda to Shahar. And the run's been made by Emerson. It's a Newcastle throw to be taken by Shahar. MacArthur up wide towards Murphy. That was given West Ham's way. All the way back to Herrick, who takes the ball for McPatter. And playing out from the back is something that they're keen to do, and they've got possession now as the ball is up towards Svaya. Orford in towards McPatter. Ariel. Mayers. Orford's ball is well read by Shahar, who was really alive to the situation. Headed down by Mayers. Orford back to Mayers again. Scars. Svaya turning. And as the ball is crossed into the middle by Batram, it takes a deflection off MacArthur and behind for a corner kick to West Ham. First of the game with 3 minutes on the clock. Every single black and white shirt is back inside the 18-yard box. The Skulls gets the ball into the centre. It was leapt for by Luzao, the Brazilian central defender, who couldn't quite make a connection with the ball. So they got kicked in short. And out wide to Shahar. Heffernan back to keeper Harris, who gets the ball out wide to Murphy. Challenge coming in on Turner Cook. Here's Mayers. Cut out by Hearns. Shahar using his keeper Harris again, and he's given the ball away to Sean Moore, and the pass from Orford is a little bit too long. Emerson prodding the ball forward up towards Parkinson. Turner Cook was stretching, but the ball back in Newcastle's possession again, and the referee allows play to continue despite Emerson going to the ground. Patter showing composure on the ball. And Tarima keeps West Ham moving in a forward direction. Here's Adiel for West Ham, and he intended to play the ball into Skull's path, but just got too much weight on the through pass. Here's MacArthur for Newcastle, out wide towards Murphy. And West Ham have the throw. So we've got two in the middle, and the first time shot comes in from Svaya. He wasn't too far away. Shamor did particularly well to get the ball in from the right, and as the ball was crossed in, Svaya went for the early shot. Hearns towards Parkinson. Challenge coming in from Luzau. Turner Cook. Emerson. MacArthur in towards Heffernan. And the ball is won by Orford for West Ham, who has support, and the shot is well saved by keeper Harris, who's tested by Sean Moore. He's already scored twice this season for West Ham United as Moore, and he wasn't that far away from a third goal of the campaign, and required Harris to make the intervention. West Ham corner to be taken by Ollie Skulls. The previous one was aimed at the Brazilian centre-back Luzau, who's again forward from the back, but he's being man-marked by Hearns as the corner comes in again, and this time MacArthur heads the ball out only as far as Adiel. Skulls will play the ball back into the penalty area. Another commanding header from MacArthur. Orford going long and just a little bit too long for Skull's liking. This is Ezra Mares for West Ham. In towards Patter. Adiel showing a turn of pace. And impeded there by Sanusi. Free kick taken by Patter. Orford with a careless ball is picked up by Emerson, who's got Parkinson in support. And one heavy touch Mendim losing the ball for a moment, but then the shot from Emerson did come in and was blocked at source. And comes up towards Vaya, who turns and has support to his left in the shape of Skulls. And the ball is in towards Moore, just a little bit too long for him. West Ham though can maintain the possession until a hefty clearance from Jay Turner-Cook alleviates any potential danger, only momentarily though, because West Ham have it back with Orford. In towards Adiel, driven into the far post area. Behind for a goal kick, it was too far ahead of Svaya. Next up for Newcastle United's under-21s, a home game against Blackburn Rovers next Friday evening here at Whitley Park. Harris gets the goal kick out to Shahar and up towards Parkinson. One in the air by Myers, connected by Sanusi. Heffernan. MacArthur has got Murphy out in a wide position. Neatly done by Emerson, who's just taken a slight knock there as Shahar maintains the possession for Newcastle. Sanusi. Hearns. Heffernan short to MacArthur. And then Murphy playing it back to MacArthur again and all the way back to Harris. Heffernan. Shahar. Heffernan once more. MacArthur is available. So too is keeper Harris. This ball seized upon and shooting chance here, which is taken by Ollie Skulls, but that was never really going to trouble Aidan Harris to any great extent. Heffernan. Murphy. MacArthur. And Harris gets the ball out wide to Shahar. That's a good first time ball by Turner-Cook in towards Sanusi. Challenge came in from Mayers and the referee has given the free kick to Newcastle United in a promising position, which could well result in a shot on goal. Excellent control by Jay Turner-Cook in the first place in order to get the ball out wide to the right to allow Sanusi to make the run at the West Ham defence. So will Turner-Cook go for a strike on goal? There are 5 Newcastle United players along the 18-yard line, with West Ham having every single claret and blue shirt back in and around their own 18-yard area to defend. But Turner-Cook's got ability from this sort of range if he does fancy going for goal. And Finlay Herrick, the West Ham keeper, is aware of that, the way he's been positioning his wall and checking his position between his 2 posts. And Turner-Cook does go for goal, but Herrick was stationed in an area where he was able to effect a rather routine save. Good goalkeeping work from him in terms of the way that he got the wall set up exactly how he wanted it, and his positioning was ideal to make that fairly straightforward stop. Patter up towards Skulls, out wide towards Adiel. Shahar's the covering defender for Newcastle, who holds him up momentarily. And then Adiel finds a little bit of room. Heffernan came across the cover, and then the ball eventually cleared to safety by MacArthur. Mayers. Who's out? That's the ball back again. Skulls is able to turn, and he's got a runner ahead of him in the shape of Svaya, whose control letting down at the vital moment. "16 minutes of play have elapsed here at Whitley Park. Still goalless, with the only real chance falling to Kamari Sfires, whose shot was well dealt with by Aidan Harris. And so far the only real Newcastle chance came from a dead ball situation. Jay Turner-Cook trying his luck from the right side of the penalty area, with his effort clearing the three-man wall, but being fairly comfortably saved by Finlay Herrick. Here is Turner-Cook, Emerson making a dart to his left. Support arriving in the shape of Alex Murphy as well on the overlap. Couldn't be found though by Emerson. And Orford trying to bring the ball away. One back though by Emerson. There's some really determined work. And this is Leo Shahar. Trevor Sanusi, who's got three defenders to take on, so he enlists the help of Shahar. MacArthur out wide towards Murphy. This is Hearns, back to Murphy again. And the determination there from Travis Hearns didn't quite pay off. Looked for a moment as though it might have taken a deflection off a claret and blue shirt, but ultimately it went off the young Norwegian attacker and behind for a West Ham goal kick. There seems to be a theme in football of goal kicks being played square along the 6-yard line and teams wanting to play out from the back, but the Newcastle forward players have certainly got in positions that would make longer balls rather than shorter ones necessarily, although West Ham have got it back in their own final third again. And then Herrick does go for a long clearance, looking for more. Played forward by MacArthur first time. Back pass by Tarima is to Eric, who's hit one long towards Fire, who was involved in a clash there with Charlie MacArthur. As the two came together in that contest for the ball, but both thankfully get up off the ground and back to their feet again. And the free kick will be taken by Murphy. Here's Heffernan. Shahar. Harris is an option, and the ball has gone back to the Newcastle keeper. Parkinson chasing down the middle. Two West Ham defenders converging on the ball. Herrick to Akpata and Luzau, and all the way back to Herrick again. A bit of skill by Adiel. Orford. Here's Akpada. Solid defending by Newcastle. Shah and Heffernan taking care of the threat of Skulls. There's an injury to, I think it might be Luke Orford, who's gone down on the edge of the centre circle. And another stoppage in play. In the 21st minute here at Whitley Park, and it stays Newcastle United 0, West Ham 0, in a game that's not really yielded too many clear-cut openings as yet, with the best one falling the way of West Ham's Kamaris Vyas, who forced a save out of keeper Aidan Harris, with the West Ham keeper Finlay Herrick making a fairly routine sort of a save from a Jay Turner-Cook free kick from just outside the penalty area that cleared the three-man wall, but the keeper was standing central between his two posts and made a fairly straightforward catch. Chance for both of the sets of players to get a little bit of coaching and instruction. So after a lengthy stoppage, play can now reconvene. And it'll be a throw-in for Newcastle United midway inside their own half. And Shah can take it in towards Heffernan, who gives the ball back to West Ham United. Finlay Herrick is West Ham United through and through. He's been a supporter of the club all throughout his life and been attached to them since he was 6 years of age. You've seen quite a bit of the ball as the West Ham keeper in the opening stages, and his footwork's been good in terms of the way that he's passed the ball around, but Newcastle have got the ball back again with Turner-Cook showing some fine midfield play. Here's Emerson. Turner-Cook. Emerson sending over a cross, and Hearns is looking to attack the ball. The shot will come in from Munda. Parkinson was a target as he was guilty of a shove in the back on Tyra and Akpada. So a West Ham United free kick, which Herrick will take. Here's Luzau, a Brazilian defender from Sao Paulo. Murphy will take the Newcastle United throw. Turner-Cook making himself available, so to Munda. Ball into Parkinson ultimately. Here's Cathal Heffernan. Shahar. Heffernan all the way back to Harris. White and Murphy, who was tackled by Battram. Murphy with the throw. Aim towards Parkinson, beaten to it in the air by Luzau. Moore playing it back into his own half of the field. This is Adiel. Hearns doing well there for Newcastle. Parkinson up in support. Cleared away though by Luzau. Sanusi. Again, whenever he has the ball for Newcastle United, West Ham are certainly wary of his threat by the number of players that they put on him in terms of trying to nullify the threat that he possesses. MacArthur. Heffernan. Munda. Murphy for Newcastle. Here's Emerson. Now Shahar. With a ball that was aimed towards Parkinson, but Luzau with an effective clearance. Savaya controlling the ball for West Ham and then being shrugged off it with some sturdy play by Hearns. Munda. Throwing given the way of West Ham as Emerson was unable to keep the ball under his spell. Here's Luzau. Mayers. And out wide to Ariel. Moore. Akpada. Orford to Moore for West Ham. And Orford going for a long ball down the middle. That's extremely well controlled by Skulls. Svaya. Orford. Well, he has scored from outside the box to West Ham this season, but Newcastle alive to that threat on that particular moment. Mayers. And the through ball from Akpada comes to absolutely nothing from a West Ham perspective. Here's Shahar for Newcastle. Sanusi. Going wide of his man, and again there's double banking going on from West Ham with Adiel providing the second piece of defensive cover. Shahar to Hearns. MacArthur out wide to Murphy. Emerson. Trying to turn away from Battram. Here's Orford, who's West Ham's main link player in midfield. He's scored some spectacular goals this season and certainly isn't afraid to shoot from outside the box. More turning and more shooting. Well, that's not a bad effort from Sean Moore, who's already scored twice this season for West Ham United in Premier League 2. Another West Ham injury. I think it's Adiel this time who's in need of treatment from the bench. As we approach the half-hour mark here at Whitley Park, and the scoreline staying Newcastle United 0, West Ham 0. But there hasn't really been an awful lot of goal-mouth action so far in this opening 30 minutes. Newcastle keeper Aidan Harris was bright and alert early on to thwart Kamari's fire when he was through on goal, making an important block. Just a few moments ago, that effort from Shaw Moore had plenty of power but lacked the necessary direction, and the only on-target effort from Newcastle so far came from that Jay Turner-Cook free kick from just outside the penalty area on the right that cleared the three-man wall, but was at shoulder height for the West Ham keeper Finlay Herrick to pull the ball out of the air. Keeper Aidan Harris is just waiting for the match official Richard Aspinall to give him the signal. This is Murphy. Hearns. And again Sanusi is the target, and Mayers has gone to cover. Hearns, Munda, Heffernan to MacArthur. Munda in towards Murphy. Munda looking for the reverse pass as Newcastle thread the ball neatly in the midfield areas. Hearns in towards Heffernan and then wide to Shahar. Oh, brilliant skill by Shahar, and a ball in towards Parkinson, and the offside flag had gone up. A neat bit of skill there by Leo Shahar to get the ball into a position where he could target the Newcastle United frontman. Played all the way back by Patter to Herrick. Luzau. Moore. Skulls. Led off by Sfire, but the situation had been read well in midfield there by Hearns. So MacArthur. Murphy turning and getting the ball back to MacArthur. Heffernan with a long ball forward. Munda, and now wide towards Murphy. Newcastle throw. Here's Munda. Controlled by Shahar. Heffernan offering himself. MacArthur's available as well. Heffernan. Hearns. And Heffernan's ball is out of play for a West Ham throw to be taken by Batram. Mayers infield, and the ball from Mike Patter was into an area where there was nobody anywhere near in claret and blue, and Shahar back into the right full back area to connect for Newcastle. Heffernan And now MacArthur. Munda. Hearns. Chahar in support. Sanusi offering himself wide. Turner Cook has gone down the middle. Hearns out wide towards Emerson. One in the air by Batram. Murphy with the throw and drop of the shoulder there from Parkinson, who rides the first challenge, and he has support in the middle. Munda. Chahar. The shot blocked at source by Skulls. Mayers will take the West Ham throw. Not afforded by Chahar. Parkinson's sideways header. Taken on the chest of Munda. MacArthur. First time ball from Turner Cook out wide towards Emerson. And Emerson holds onto the ball in a tight area, or is dispossessed. It's back there with MacArthur. Heffernan. Chahar. Sanusi. And Heffernan to his central defensive colleague MacArthur. And aim towards Chahar, who's taken up a position in the centre forwards area. He might just break here. Hearns with Sanusi offering himself out wide. Again, two West Ham defenders alert to try and nullify the threat of Sanusi, who's moving infield this time. Need a bit of skill by Turner Cook. Can he find a shooting angle maybe? He's got the ball up wide to Emerson. Murphy making a decoy run. Emerson's crossed into the middle. Cleared away by Luzau. Munda heading forward. Hearns. Chahar. Sanusi. The ball just a little bit too long for Parkinson. Here's Orford for West Ham. Batram. Fouled. Free kick to West Ham United. Six and a half minutes left for play at the end of this first half in this Premier League 2 fixture on match day 4, as Fire has beaten the offside trap. But Murphy's first to the ball. And Harris gets it out wide towards Chahar. Munda. Caught in possession by Orford. And that was a really good opportunity for Sean Moore, who failed to maximise it. Orford nicking the ball for West Ham, and certainly the form that Moore's been in this season, with 2 goals already in Premier League 2. But firing over the bar. Second shot on goal he's had in this game. With West Ham having 3 attempts on goal to Newcastle's 1. Still scoreless though. Chahar to Heffernan. Back to Chahar. Parkinson with the chest down to Turner Cook. Sanusi. Hearns. Sanusi's carried his forward run to the edge of the penalty area as the ball from Parkinson deflects. But Herrick's out of his 6-yard area to take control of the situation. Akpata to Ariel. Luzau. And Tarimo to get the ball out wide to Batram. Here's Orford for West Ham. Tarima. Orford with a long-ranging ball aimed at Skulls. Turner Cook. Munda. Hearns. That support out wide in the shape of Emerson. Parkinson's in the middle. If Emerson can find him with a cross, he goes near post! And the ball flashes right across the face of goal. It took a deflection. Although Luzau, the West Ham defender, is claiming that the ball ran cleanly through from Emerson's cross, but that was a real moment of promise from a Newcastle United point of view. With Emerson sending in a teasing ball with pace from wide left. It was aimed towards Parkinson, and according to referee Richard Aspinall, it took a deflection off Luzau for a Newcastle United corner. It's a deep corner. Can MacArthur find some room on the edge of the box? He can't. So Emerson goes across to the opposite side. What can Newcastle fashion from this corner in towards the near post area? And the ball runs behind for a West Ham throw ultimately. Looks like West Ham are going to be pressed into a substitution before the break. And it's Josh Ajaya who's coming on, who's been amongst the goals for them this season. Just over 2 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half here at Whitley Park in this first half. I would imagine there's probably going to be at least 3, maybe 4 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this period. Turner Cook allowing the ball to run into his stride, and his bending shot is wide of the target. He's had both of Newcastle's attempts on goal as the former St Johnstone loanee. Had really good experience when he was at McDermott Park, did Jay Turner Cook, having played against both of the Old Firm teams in Scottish Premiership games. Foul by Ajaya on Shahar. Heffernan gets a free kick in towards MacArthur as Newcastle keep the possession with Murphy and Emerson as Newcastle try and stretch the West Ham defence again from wide left. And Emerson with some neat control. He has support in the middle. The shot from Sanusi is blocked immediately by Ekpata. It'll come out to MacArthur, who goes all the way back to Harris. Munda turning. Heffernan. MacArthur. Just a little bit too much put on that through ball, with Emerson certainly appreciating the intentions as he pursued it down the left wing. The fourth official is about to tell us very shortly indeed how much stoppage time there'll be at the end of this first period. Maybe 3 minutes as Ajaya is shrugged off the ball for West Ham. MacArthur for Newcastle. Harris to Heffernan. Shahar is available to his right. Turner Cook out wide to Emerson again as Newcastle attempt another attack down the left. Turner Cook's continued his run in support, but the ball is out of play, and ultimately there's a push in the back of Tarima. And the referee is indicating it's a free kick to West Ham United, just to the right of Herrick's 6-yard area. Tarima back to Herrick. Here's Batram for West Ham. Up towards Ajaya. He was impeded. And a free kick to West Ham United in the closing moments of the first half. 90 seconds of time added on. Free kick taken by Orford in towards Akpata. Skulls has made a run out to the left. Here's Luzão, the Brazilian defender, in towards Fire. Ajaya. And Batram had joined the supporting cast for West Ham, and he's earned his side a corner in the final minute of this 3-minute stoppage time period. And Ollie Skulls is the player who's going to go across and deliver the corner, so moments of concentration required for the Newcastle United defenders in the last throws of this first period. And again, it's a packed 18-yard area with the bulk of the players all compressed in and around the 6-yard box as the corner comes in from Skulls, but some assured goalkeeping there from Aidan Harris, who took command of his 6-yard box, with the young keeper being able to effect a catch. Here's Shahar. Sanusi. Parkinson. Hearns winning the ball back for Newcastle United, which is the last act of the first half, as referee Richard Aspinall brings play to a close. So the halfway stage, we're goalless, with West Ham perhaps having the better attempts on goal, with Kamari's Fire testing goalkeeper Aidan Harris early on, with the Newcastle keeper making a good stop blocking with his legs. Sean Moore for West Ham had a couple of attempts on goal which certainly had power but not the necessary direction. But from a Newcastle United perspective, both attempts on goal have come from Jay Turner-Cook. One a free kick from outside the box, which was over the wall but fairly easily gathered by Finlay Herrick, and then an effort from the left of the box that was wider than near post. There was an effort from a cross from Johnny Emerson that flashed across the face of goal that caused the West Ham United defence something to think about. But at the halfway stage here, it's a half-time scoreline at Whitley Park of Newcastle United 0, West Ham United 0. So goalless at the halfway stage as referee Richard Aspinall brings the ball into the centre circle for the second half to resume. Newcastle United facing a West Ham side who've got a 100% record in Premier League 2 ahead of tonight's game, having won all 3 of their opening fixtures. And Newcastle having drawn, won and lost in that order in Premier League 2 this campaign. But of course there was that really terrific display at Bradford City in the EFL Trophy to hold the League 2 side to a 2-2 draw. and then win the penalty shootout by 4-3. There weren't too many clear-cut openings in the opening 45 minutes. Jay Turner-Cook with Newcastle's best efforts on that cross from Johnny Emerson that caused consternation in the West Ham defence. And for the opposite side, well, keeper Aidan Harris was alive to an opportunity early on from Kamari Svaya. And there were a couple of Shaw Moore shots that had power but no accuracy. Here's Luzao, the Brazilian defender for West Ham. Played wide by Akpata. Free kick given against Shahar. This is Taron Akpata for West Ham United. Orford calling for the ball. Mayers has got time. Short to Akpata. Orford, West Ham's playmaker, with a raking ball aimed at Batram out to the right. Too long for him though. Newcastle throw. Helped on by Parkinson, who was shoved in the back. Free kick taken by Murphy. MacArthur to Heffernan. And MacArthur is robbed by Moore. But there's a real piece of alertness shown there by Munda. Harris with the goal kick. As far as Akpata. And the effort coming in from Ajaya, who's West Ham's man in form this season with 3 goals already to his name in Premier League 2. Maybe a bit of a surprise that he wasn't in the starting 11, but he came on late in the first half as Charlie MacArthur brings the ball upfield for Newcastle. Sean Murphy checks on the ball, has support in the shape of Munda's square, but it's gone long and Turner-Cook's in pursuit of it. Luzao, the Brazilian defender, puts the ball out of play for a Newcastle United throw. Taken by Murphy, and this is Heffernan. Shahar. It's a decent ball from him. Parkinson in the middle. The referee's given the corner in Newcastle's favour. So a chance to maximise a set play situation. It's taken short. Turner-Cook took a tumble. Play on, says the referee. Munda. Up wide to MacArthur. Sanusi, who's been a live wire for Newcastle throughout the game so far. Awful though for West Ham. It was aimed long towards Ajaya. MacArthur short to Murphy. Munda closed down by Akpata. MacArthur back to Harris. And out wide to Shahar. with a good first touch. And this is Heffernan. Shah's ball up towards Turner Cook. Munda to Hearns. Murphy with a long ball and Chester down on the edge of the box there, but just a shade difficult for Emerson to have attempted something. Here's Munda. MacArthur down the middle. Murphy had set off on a run. Turner Cook was the furthest player forward. And so too was Parkinson for Newcastle. Tarima. Luzau. Back to Tarima for West Ham. And then the long ball down the centre and Moore's after it. And it might just break here now. Batram was hovering for West Ham. Here's Sanusi for Newcastle United. Taking on Batram for pace, and this is a really good carry from Sanusi as he goes infield. Parkinson, can he find room for a shooting chance as he tried to drip between two opponents, who ultimately were able to alleviate any further danger from a West Ham perspective. But again, Sanusi carrying a real threat for Newcastle United on the left with pace and dribbling skills and capability. Here's Ajaya. Hearns to Munda. And Murphy back to Hearns. Sanusi to his left. Closed down by Batram. Munda. Murphy. Here's MacArthur. Shah for Newcastle. Heffernan. MacArthur. Yes, Sanusi collecting the ball just inside the West Ham half. And MacArthur will play the ball short to Hearns. Heffernan. Munda. Parkinson holding the ball up for Newcastle. And enlisting the help of MacArthur with Murphy out wide to the left. MacArthur short to Hearns. Murphy. MacArthur again. And aim for Murphy but out of play. Batram with the West Ham throw. Played back by Tarima. Herrick forward to Luzau. He's given the ball away though. Shah to Turner Cook. In towards Parkinson. First time shot coming in. And plenty of power as well from Ben Parkinson. Score of the match winning goal away at Tottenham Hotspur and on the score sheet at the Valley Parade in the EFL Trophy. And also hitting the back of the net and scoring the crucial penalty in the 4-3 shootout success. But Parkinson there showing willingness to get into space and going for a first time shot. And West Ham have played themselves into trouble. And the first time shot came in from J. Turner Cook. Didn't quite connect the way that he wanted to do with it. And you could hear a cry of exasperation from him. Knew that he wanted to try and catch Herrick out with an instantaneous strike, which was forthcoming, but didn't really put his foot cleanly through the ball. Herrick and Luzau from the West Ham goal kick. Back in Newcastle's possession though. Well, this is a really promising run and bit of skill, and the shot ultimately blocked. But Turner Cook has certainly been a key figure in Newcastle's performance so far, with some excellent skill there before being ultimately blocked by Tarima. Hearns fouled by Orford. Who's yellow carded. First booking of the game, maybe for something that Orford said. Richard Aspinall is an experienced EFL referee. He's on fourth official duty tomorrow in the League One game between Stockport County and Lake Norient. Free kick out wide to Sanusi. 5 black and white shirts in the middle. Bending shot from Sanusi. Pushed out well by Herrick. Shot coming in from Shahar from outside the penalty area, with the ball taking a deflection off Mayers. And behind for a Newcastle United corner. Johnny Emerson is going across to take it as Newcastle United are building up ahead of steam. They've certainly been more creative in this second period. It'll be Turner Cook who will ultimately take the corner kick. Emerson is short if he's a required option, with Murphy and MacArthur and Heffernan standing in the goal mouth. If Turner Cook can maybe bend one in and put pressure on the West Ham United defenders and keepers. Shahar. Will that come off more? No, it's West Ham United throw. So still goalless here at Whitley Park. And we've been playing for 57.5 minutes. But suddenly there's been a lot more threat about Newcastle's play in the second period. Some defending to do now was more runs through for West Ham United. He played the ball square in towards Orford. The danger still not cleared. This is a patter for West Ham. And the cross from Moore is ultimately blocked. So there's a chance for Sanusi to counter-attack for Newcastle United. He's got Parkinson to his right. Turner Cook arriving in support as well. Sanusi's going solo. He gets a favourable bounce and a shot which is right down the centre of goal, with Herrick again well positioned to be able to deal with it. But the Birmingham ball midfielder Trevor Sanusi has certainly been a prominent figure in this game for Newcastle United tonight, with some outstanding wing play and a shot on goal there that was on target but right down the middle. And Finlay Herrick, whose positioning for West Ham United tonight in goal has been good, making the necessary intervention. Here's Orford for West Ham, closed down by Munda. Orford will try and rake a ball out to Bathram, headed down by Murphy. Moore. Orford to Luzau. Akpata for West Ham United. And that wide to Bathram. Bathram going for, I think that was an intended cross that Aidan Harris didn't have any real difficulty in dealing with. Murphy to MacArthur, and now Heffernan. Munda up towards Turner Cook. Emerson in support out to the right. Parkinson's made a run in the middle. It's in towards Parkinson and just couldn't quite meet it with his head. Newcastle will come again though. Murphy in towards Hearns. Out wide to Sanusi. Sanusi taking on Batram. And ultimately, Hearns deflects the ball behind for a West Ham goal kick. Well, it was a moment of promise from a Newcastle United point of view. Johnny Emerson crossing the ball in from the right, and Parkinson was attempting to try and get his head to the ball, but just couldn't quite adjust himself to make the necessary connection. But Parkinson's led the line well for Newcastle United tonight. Batram closed down by Hearns, who's after the rebound. Batram's going to leave the throw, or is he? Ajay, who's lost the ball to MacArthur, and he tried to thread it into the path of Parkinson. Played by Herrick out to the West Ham left, up towards Sveya. Here's Akpada for West Ham. Shah battling to get position back for Newcastle. There was a shirt tug there, and the referee spotted it. And maybe a yellow card for Akpada. Newcastle are going to make their first change of the night with Alfie Harrison primed to come into the action and to replace Anthony Munda. So Anthony Munda's night is over, 62 minutes in. And Alfie Harrison will immediately move forward into position as the free kick. Will be floated towards the 18-yard line. West Ham going for man-to-man marking in this instance. Propelled into the middle. And immediately the ball has been played in by Harrison, getting an immediate contribution. Emerson with a cross into the box. Shahar. And now all of a sudden West Ham United have got 4 on 2. It's a really good tackle by Hearns to thwart the forward run of Akpada. Outstanding play by the Norwegian, because West Ham United had double the men attacking. But that counter thrust was eliminated by Hearns, and here's Jay Turner-Cook, who's stopped on the edge of the penalty area. And it's going to be a free kick with Tarima penalised. And this is probably going to be in Jay Turner-Cook territory. He had an attempt on goal in the first half from a similar range, and whilst he got his shot on target, it was fairly easily saved by Finley Herrick, the West Ham keeper. Although maybe Shah might fancy a pop at goal here. Four in the West Ham wall this time. There's certainly the potential for it to favour a right-footed player. Will it be Shahar or will it be Turner-Cook? It's going to be Turner Cook with the ball hitting the wall. Turner Cook will get a second chance though. Square. Harrison dispossessed. Hearns winning the ball back momentarily for Newcastle United. And then hit long by Moore. Harris coming outside his box and clearing the ball into touch. West Ham in no particular hurry to get the game in motion again. Only Skulls will take their throw in. Orford offering himself short. Back to Skulls. And Josh Ajay was unable to make any real progress down the flank for West Ham. Loses out in towards Tarima. Aimed long to Battram. It's a strong clearance downfield from Cahill Heffernan. He comes from a rich sporting pedigree, both his parents being Irish Olympians. Mum Marion, a 400-metre relay runner, and Dad Rob, who's an Irish walking champion. It's Hearns for Newcastle, getting away from Orford, and listen to the help of Shahar. Here's MacArthur. Murphy back to MacArthur. Moore was the West Ham player who tried to shut MacArthur down, but the move continues with Turner Cook getting the ball wide and then throws into the area by Shahar, and maybe an opportunity for Sanusi to get on the end of it, which he couldn't quite do. Given away to Harrison, who's immediately on the front foot, and up wide to Sanusi, with Murphy in support. Hearns. West Ham United are back behind the ball and in shape though, as the ball goes all the way back to Heffernan, who's impeded by Ajaya. MacArthur to Heffernan. Harrison. Important under there by Battram. Free kick given West Ham's way. Sure, Moore the furthest player forward for West Ham, but was never likely to get anywhere near that long ball. Here's Heffernan. MacArthur out wide to Murphy. Infield to Harrison, to Sanusi. And Harrison wants the reverse pass and he's got it. And he's threaded the ball out wide towards Emerson. And West Ham have got to be precise with their defending. And Ollie Skulls was. And Herrick was able to get the ball away. Hearns. MacArthur. Played wide by Murphy to Sanusi. Harrison. His ball is cut out by Orford. And Herrick will get the ball Out wide to Skulls. Harrison. Sanusi. Murphy in a good crossing position. Goes inside and ultimately saw his progress blocked by Luzau, the Sao Paulo-born defender. Time for a second Newcastle change with Josh Donaldson being introduced into the action. Johnny Emerson is the player who's making way. He's certainly produced some crosses that have caused the West Ham United defence concerns throughout the games. One in the first half in particular that Ben Parkinson wasn't that far away from connecting with just before the break. "71 minutes gone here at Whitley Park. Newcastle United 0, West Ham United 0 is the score, with Newcastle United a lot livelier in attack in this second period and posing the threat. Maybe West Ham had the better chances and perhaps were more threatening in the first half, as Fire keeps the ball in play for them down their left and then can't get beyond Shahar. Skulls with a throw for West Ham. Here's Luzau, all the way back to Herrick. Luzau closed down immediately by Harrison. Flags that for offside. Free kick Newcastle. Sanusi again running at the West Ham defence. Can he find room for a shot? He can! And it forced Herrick into a save. He remains a constant threat to the West Ham defence. Trevan Sanusi. And there he went into a central position, got the ball on his right side, found a chink and able to get a shot in on goal, and it forced Herrick into making the save. Harrison, caught by Sean Moore. I think Newcastle United's players were hoping for an advantage there, but the referees called it back, and I think it's going to be a yellow card for Sean Moore. So can Newcastle United make this spell of dominance pay with a goal? Harrison, who's got himself into the game very quickly since being introduced as a second half substitute, but then gives the ball away. And now West Ham United will try and maximise on the counter attack though, but Turner Cook was in the way. And again the offside flag goes up against Ajaya. It's one factor of West Ham's play that has been prominent, the fact that they've been able to break quickly. And they had that really promising moment when he was 4-on-2, but Travis Hearns made that absolutely brilliant intervention to thwart the counter-attack midway inside his own half and stop the 4-on-2. Orford back towards Tarima. Here's Luzau. Parkinson went in for the challenge with Ezra Mayers, and it deflects off the Newcastle striker for a West Ham throw. Herrick's ball was aimed for Ryan Battram, but was too strong, and now Newcastle United can build from position midway inside the West Ham half. Throw in taken by Murphy. Sanusi's got the ball back to MacArthur. Heffernan is square. Heffernan will Get the ball out to Murphy with a good first touch. That's support inside and outside. Sanusi. Harrison with the ball into the middle. Cleared immediately. And behind by Tarima. MacArthur. Heffernan. Shahar calling for the ball out wide to the right. It's gone back to MacArthur though as Newcastle stay on the left. Murphy. MacArthur. Good link-up play. Harrison combining with Donaldson, and then the move breaking down. And more for West Ham in towards Orford. And back to Battram. Tarima. Back to Herrick. And Nakpada's in a bit of trouble there, but he gets himself out of it well. Towards Ajaya. Ajaya's ball in for Orford. Back with Newcastle low and Hearns. Sanusi. Sanusi's done well to get away from his marker. And the 1-2 was attempted, didn't quite come off. Moore. Hit long by Orford. It's in towards Sveer. And can he get in here? Sveer, he can! And he scored for West Ham! Goal scored by Kamari Sveer. And it all stemmed from a long ball over the top from Orford. He was able to hold off his marker and fire the ball in beyond Aidan Harris. And West Ham United, who arrived at Whitley Park tonight with a 100% record, have a chance of maintaining it with 77 minutes gone. It's Newcastle United 0, West Ham 1. Well, maybe a little bit harsh on Newcastle United, who've in the second half shown a lot of attacking flair and enterprise and some good build-up play, but then from a long ball over the top, Kamari's fire through, held off Heffernan and was able to get his shot beyond Harris to give the London side the lead. Just less than 12 minutes for Newcastle United to try and hit back. Here's Turner Cook. Shahar in towards Heffernan. MacArthur. Murphy going on a run. Battram's the covering defender for West Ham. And turns well. And deflects the ball off Murphy for a West Ham throw. Well, West Ham themselves will perhaps feel that they've been steady in defence to thwart a number of Newcastle United attacks in this second period, but they've relied on the counter-attack, and it's worked with Sveer's goal on 77 minutes. MacArthur going long. Turner Cook couldn't quite control on the edge of the penalty area. Kept in play by Mayers. Play forward by Luzau. And now West Ham United have got a man out wide here in the shape of Battram. Orford's going to go for goal. Again, it was a shot that was on target. It bobbled a couple of times along the turf. And Aidan Harris was in line with the shot. Shahar with a ball that is going to be pursued down the middle. MacArthur. Heffernan to Hearns. Sanusi. Turner Cook out wide towards Murphy. 5 forward for Newcastle in this attack. Murphy in towards Sanusi. Challenge coming in for McPatter. Hearns linking up with Murphy. Hearns again. And getting a reverse ball. Here's Orford leading the attack for West Ham United. He has support to his left. Here's Ajaya. And he goes towards the dead ball line. Orford wanting it back. Ajaya trying a shot that's blocked. And the ball goes behind for a goal kick ultimately. And so the last 9 minutes of normal time here at Whitley Park. West Ham United lead by a goal to nil. A goal by Kamari's Fire in the 77th minute. And this is Sean Moore. Orford. Lose out. It's back with Newcastle United in the shape of Heffernan. Too long though for Hearns. Moore. Batterham's made a run ahead of him. Moore skips onto his left side, and when he did get his shot in, it was from an angle that wasn't necessarily favourable. That looked to be his clear intention to cut in from the right and get the ball on his left side, but that attempt on goal was never likely to cause Eden Harris any real problems. Short goal kick in towards MacArthur. Murphy. MacArthur. Sanusi had made a run but was forced to check. Here's Heffernan. Harris on the target. Beaten to it in the air by Tamira. More for West Ham. Batterham in support. Tarima. Moore. Back to Tarima. Luzau. And played wide by Svaya, and first time by Batterham into the middle, and Moore took a tumble on the edge of the penalty area. And now West Ham United have a shooting opportunity with Lewis Orford likely to be a candidate for a dead ball strike. Maybe only Scholes fancies an attempt on goal himself, as Richard Aspinall gets the wall back the mandatory 10 yards. So 4 in the Newcastle wall, and Orford and Scholes, the two candidates for a strike on goal. Scholes bends it! That's a fabulous save from Eden Harris. Stretching and holding on to the ball as well, and regaining his upright position to get the ball out wide to get Newcastle back into forward momentum, but real top quality goalkeeping there from Eden Harris. Harrison. Back to Harris again. Coming up towards the last 5 minutes here at Whitley Park. West Ham nil, Newcastle 0, West Ham 1 with that. Goals from Sfire coming on 77 minutes, but can Newcastle find something in the final 5 minutes to... Well, here's Sanusi, who's been lively throughout the game, but Batram's in the way. Here's Sean Moore. Orford aiming towards Moore, but Hearns is first to the ball for Newcastle United, and then turns, plays it forward towards Sanusi. Now it's Murphy. Out wide is Harrison. Sanusi. Murphy. West Ham have got everybody back in defence now. Sanusi swings the ball into the penalty box. Cleared away. Shahar is labouring to keep the ball in play. He has done, though. And he's got the ball in towards Heffernan, and now MacArthur to keep Newcastle United in possession and on the front foot. Hit long by Murphy. Will be cleared, though, by Skulls for West Ham, but he's given the ball away. Heffernan playing the ball forward. And now it's out wide with Murphy finding Sanusi. Will Sanusi go for goal? He will. Not too far wide. That's certainly been a feature of his play in the second half. Trevor Sanusi out wide. He's certainly given the West Ham United defenders on their right side a lot to think about, with the two defensive players often double banking, and then he's had the confidence as Sanusi to go on the inside as well and work himself goal scoring opportunities and shots which have certainly carried threat. Final 3 minutes. West Ham United lead here by a goal to nil. Batram's header out for a Newcastle throw. Murphy takes it into MacArthur. Heffernan. Hearns. Here's Shahar. MacArthur out wide to Sanusi. Hearns. Murphy. MacArthur with a ball into the box, and it was chested down superbly well, but just a shade unfortunate there from Ben Parkinson's point of view. That's a quality ball though from MacArthur. He looked up, he spotted the run, and Parkinson, ever willing and ever ready in that final third, taking the ball on his chest, and it just wouldn't run favourably into his path. Here's Hearns. Heffernan to MacArthur. Short to Murphy. Hearns through the middle, but it's played back to Heffernan. Shahar. Fourth officials getting the board ready, but there's just over a minute and 20 seconds of normal time remaining, as Skulls is guilty of a foul. Turner Cook standing over the ball as Skulls becomes the latest West Ham player to go into Richard Aspinall's notebook. Well, Turner Cook's been lively throughout the game for Newcastle United tonight, especially in the second half. And a set play situation as Newcastle United pursue an equalising goal. Propelled in by Turner Cook. And There were plenty of yells and shouts as that ball dropped into the West Ham 18-yard area. But there were mainly London voices claiming that they were worthy of a free kick, which the official concurred with. 3 minutes of time added on at the end of the 90. Newcastle 0, West Ham 1 the score. And Finney Herrick will go long with a free kick. It's aimed at Ajaya. One in the air by MacArthur. Lifted forward first time by Orford. Hearns for Newcastle United. Heffernan playing the ball out wide to Shahar. MacArthur. Is there one last chance in this game for Newcastle United? Murphy closed down by Moore, but he's found a way through the gap and enlists the help of Hearns. Shahar for Newcastle. Hearns calling for the ball back again. Heffernan. MacArthur with a ball up towards Harrison and out wide to Sanusi. Can he provide a ball into the box to maybe fashion one last chance? Ball in from Harrison. But good goalkeeping from Finney Herrick, who's been consistent throughout the 90 minutes for West Ham, and a long clearance downfield, which is being chased after by Sfire, the scorer of the West Ham United goal. Well, they were claiming that he should have had a free kick, the West Ham United players. Sanusi for Newcastle United. He's blocked ultimately by Tarima, and Pele was able to get the ball away, and it's back into the penalty area, far post, and Turner Cook along the face of goal, pushed out by Harris, who's pursued his second ball, and the referee blew the whistle as Sanusi was there looking to fire the ball in. West Ham are making a very late change. Josh Briggs is coming into the action for Sean Tarima. I'm not sure exactly what sort of impression Briggs can make on this game with around 20 seconds remaining, but he's into the action anyway. And West Ham United will want to get the ball as far away from their 18-yard box as possible to maintain their 100% record at the start of Premier League 2. Long from Herrick. Came off the head of MacArthur. Back to Harris. Can he get the ball long downfield for one last chance maybe? Let's say the intention. One in the air by Mayers. And turned into the direction of Ajaya, who won't get the better of Kyle Heffernan. Again long from Harris towards Sanusi. It eludes him and Batram. This is Orford for West Ham United. And they just intend on keeping the ball in the closing stages. Played back by Patter. And there goes the final whistle from Richard Aspinall. So it's back-to-back Premier League 2 defeats for Newcastle United. And 4 wins out of 4 for West Ham United. Certainly in the second half, Newcastle United showed a lot of threat in the attacking third. Sanusi was a real live wire down the left. He had a couple of attempts. Ben Parkinson leading the attack and having an attempt on goal. But ultimately, it was a long ball over the top as West Ham United absorbed plenty of pressure. And then a long ball over the top from Lewis Orford into the path of Kamari's fire, the West Ham United striker who held off Cathal Heffernan and was able to get enough power on his shot to get it in beyond Aiden Harris to ultimately take the 3 points back to East London. It's ended here at Whitley Park. Newcastle United 0, West Ham United 1.